Hello everybody and welcome back to I Was a Teenage Exocolonist, and now we are actually officially teenagers. We have aged up once more, and we are going to continue our journey of only hanging out with mainly Tang and apparently getting a very sad ending. We'll see how that goes, but first I've got to look at Tammy. I never got to see her grow up. Oh, look at her! Oh, she's so pretty. And she's not dead in this one, but she might be in the next one, who knows. Alright, let's talk to Tang. Tangent looks up from her hollow palm, blinking as her eyes refocus on the middle distance and then on you. Her previously long hair is gone, buzzed close to her scalp. You almost didn't recognize her when you first saw her. You wonder if it was caused by a lab accident or something. Hello, Yabby, she says, already cagey. Did you need something? No, I just came by to say hello. The faintest hint of relief passes across Tang's face. You get the impression that not pressing her on personal appearance was a wise choice. Oh, well, hello then, Tang replies. She raises her hand as if to push her hair out of her face, but stops when she realizes what she's doing. I'm rather busy at the moment, actually, so if you don't mind, you could take a hint. So we do need to relax because we're very stressed out, and somebody told me to relax on the wall with Dase, so we may as well do that, just to be sure. We need to relax anyway. Most of the time you're up here alone, except for the occasional passing guard, but sometimes you're joined by Dase. He barely looks up at you as you plop down and kick your feet through the railing and over the edge. He looks like he's doodling on his holopad. You see all sorts of plants, mushrooms, little creatures with too many eyes or too many legs. He has a selection of plant samples at his side, like artist paintbrushes laid out on a towel. He must be quite the junior botanist. He's not drawing plants right now, though. He's actually drawing a person, and not anyone you recognize from the colony. They have long, dark hair and a pointed face, and are covered from neck to toe in floaty black robes. I know who that is! It's my boyfriend from another life. They look neat. You wonder if they're Dase's original character or something, like his super cool goth self-insert. No, I know who that is. That looks nice. Dase smiles shyly, but doesn't look away from his drawing. Thanks, he mumbles. I'm not very good at drawing him yet. I know who that is, my boy Sim. What to do? Now that we're all healed up. Oh, well, we could give that to Tang next month. Oh, the gene tech! I wanted to check that out. How do I tinker with your DNA? Of all the people in the colony, you understand genetics the best. Besides Dr. Instance, probably. She trusts you to attend to the gene tech machine. With access to a machine like this, you could give yourself a new genetic enhancement. Sure, you probably shouldn't mess with your genome too much in vivo, but one little change couldn't hurt. Of course I want to! You decide to install the enhancement. Eagle eyes, extra fingers, super strength, calm temperament. I had that one last time, let's do this one again. Nothing can faze you anymore, you're rarely frustrated and don't let anxiety get the better of you. You brush insults aside, always play nice, and never have to be told that sharing is caring. It's a tricky process, much more complicated than modifying the malleable stem cells of an embryo. You wouldn't risk doing it again, but this time it works out. Dr. Instance knows what you've done, but you take her silence as tacit approval of your risky experiment. Interesting. And that didn't even count for a month. Well, let's see. I need to get reasoning up. What can I do that would do reasoning? This one will do reasoning and give us a little empathy. What about xenobotany? Because I still need to get my organizing up. Let's see. I could work on the farm with my family, but that doesn't give me what I want. Organizing, nah. Alright, we will tutor the kids for this month. Tutor children. You're headed on a lunch break when you see Mars and Tang sitting together in the engineering break room. Tang is eating a sandwich while also scrolling her holopalm with it, and Mars is half collapsed on the table, barely holding her head in her hand as she pouts at Tang. Come on, she whines. You said we're gonna hang out after lunch. Aren't you done eating yet? Tang takes a slow, deliberate bite of her sandwich and chews while making eye contact with Mars. It goes from funny to awkward to hilarious as Mars's face falls and she puts her head on the table and groans. Proper mastication is important for digestive health, Tang answers primly, a smile curling at the corner of her mouth. You can masticate in private, Mars mutters. What are you reading, and how is it more important than me, your best and only friend on the planet? Hey, what about me? Just something from work, Tang answers. It's really interesting. I didn't know Dr. Instance was so well published, even though she was only 25 when the Strata left Earth. She was practically a prodigy, like me. She looks at her holoscreen again. It's absolutely fascinating. We're so lucky to have such an accomplished researcher here on Vertumna. Ooh, I can read over Tang's shoulder. You take a seat at the table and sneak a look at Tang's screen. You catch a few words. Recombinism, tissue tropism, RNA, protein sheets, intrinsic immunity, maybe something to do with viruses. From the picture, possibly also fungi? Without further examination, it's hard to tell. Tang notices you looking and shuts off her holopalm, shooting you a cool look. Is it something to do with the shimmer sickness? Mars wonders aloud. Ooh, I can do this now. I couldn't do this last time, I remember. Wait, I want to learn about mycophages. Tang looks startled, but pleased. +1 helped tangent. She turns her holopalm back on and tilts it so you can read along. It's dense, but interesting, and definitely about viruses that affect fungi. I didn't know you were interested in Instance's older works as well, Yabby, Tang says. Perhaps we could work together to parse the next section. It's particularly challenging. OMG nerds, Mars laughs. Look at you two eggheads, better you than me. Tang graces you with a small, thankful smile. Let's deliver some supplies. Oh, Secret Funtimes Club! You attend a Secret Funtimes Club meeting. Mars brings the meeting to order. Tang reads the minutes of the previous club meeting. Tammy serves flowery tea and soy sweets. First order of business is that I am insinuating a new rule, Mars says, and then clears her throat. Rule 5. All members of the SFC must wear uniforms to all club meetings. She taps her holopalm and shows you her uniform idea. Black pants and dark blue shirts with high necklines and billowing at the cuffs. She definitely designed them according to her own taste. No way! You boldly tell her that you'll quit the club if she adds the new rule. The others all back you up, even Tammy. Though she adds that she's okay with almost everything Mars decides, so long as everyone is happy. In the end, Mars calls a vote and she is soundly outnumbered. Mars accepts this with surprising grace. I'm only trying to make us look more legitimate, she sniffs. But if you really feel strongly about it, that's fine. I'll keep working on it until I find something everyone can agree on. That's Mars. You forgot she's actually really good at solving conflicts. Aw, this reminds me of her being governor. Surprisingly, she's not angry with you. In fact, she seems genuinely impressed that you stood up to her. It's boring when people just agree with me all the time, she tells you with a wink. You come to a compromise. Instead of uniforms, you'll wear a lapel pin with the club's logo. You spend the rest of the meeting designing SFC pins and printing them on a nanoprinter. If anyone doesn't have the kudos, Mars pays for them without complaint. Aw, heck yeah, Mars! I mean, it's not really a secret Funtimes club if we're advertising it to everyone, but whatever. You spot Tangent leaning against the wall outside of engineering. She's yawning, rubbing her eyes, and staring off into space. She startles as you walk up. Oh, Gabby, I was just taking a short break. I'm gonna join in and yawn too. Did you stay up all night too? She asks. I don't even remember when I slept last. It might have been a few days ago. You haven't slept in 2 days? More like 3, she replies. Then pauses for another jaw-cracking yawn. But as I said, I'm tired. Even my enhanced body has limitations. You look at her quizzically. I don't need to sleep as much as other people. It's a genetic... what's it? She says foggily. You know, a DNA enhancement. I guess sometimes I forget to do it. I should set myself a reminder. Hollow, add to schedule, sleeping, nightly, 2300 for 3 hours. Her holopalm emits a tone in response. Tangent nods sleepily. That should do it, she murmurs. Her eyes are practically closed. Now what can I do to help her? I can find her a place to nap or I could get her an energy drink. What about energy drink? Ah, yes, because she doesn't believe in self-care. Tangent! By the time you return with an energy drink, Tang has rallied herself and looks more awake. Thank you, she says, groggy but making an effort. This should be enough to put the finishing touches on my project and make it back to my quarters. Got it. And I'm also going to give you a gift. Boop. Perfect. Your mom asks you to deliver a crate of sad-looking carrots to the kitchens, where Antecedent will probably cook them into a thin soup or use them to sweeten rice porridge. Even though they're small and kind of gnarled, your stomach cramps with hunger when you look at them. You haven't been eating as well since the colony started rationing. You're hungry all the time. Tammy is working in the kitchens and accepts the delivery. Oh, neat, she exclaims. You can pretend carrots are something tasty if you make believe. She sings in a little crush tune. If you're rumbly in your tummy and you haven't had a treat, just think about the lovely things that you would like to eat. Cake and pie and chocolate and even ice cream too. Anything can be delicious and nutritious too. She giggles. I love silly songs. Try singing it when you're feeling hungry. Oh, I'm sorry, Tammy. I gotta be smarty smart. You're so naive, Tammy. I'm sorry. It's so frustrating that she can find a way to be happy when things are so bad right now. Nursery rhymes aren't going to help. We need to do something. Venting your frustration at her does make you feel a little better, but you spend the rest of the day thinking hungrily about all that food. Oh, our organizing is flying. Ooh. Now we're gonna get into it. There's a meeting after lunch, and I want you to come with us. What if I already know about the food? Your parents exchange surprised looks. What? You do? Your mom asks. How? You scramble to explain that they haven't exactly been subtle. The announcement at Vertumnalia, plus how stressed they've been. You can put the pieces together. No, you didn't live in a dream of a past life. Your mom smiles. Our little kid is more mature than I realized. Still, I want you there. Sure, I'll go. Why not? Gain status starving. Dang it. Yeah, nothing really different other than me calling them out about the food. Oh, my first organizing perk. Extra gear slot. What can I add? Oh, why didn't I have this? +1 to all flushes, +1 to social cards. Perfect. Get everything on there. Alright, so we're suffering a little. Physical skills, though, and we are not physical at all. I have weak nerd arms, and I am proud of it. Oh, Mars calls the meeting of the secret Funtimes Club together. She declares it's time to put the secret part of the SFC into effect. You're gonna play spies? Oh, Mars, what are we up to? First of all, the adults know something about the attack in Glow that they're not telling us, Mars asserts. There's a council meeting starting soon, just down the hall. We're going to investigate. Nenemi crosses her arms. Not gonna do it, she says. I didn't sign up for any Get in Trouble Club. It's insulting to think that the adults are hiding information from us, Tang points out. There's something dangerous out there. We should all know. Tammy wrings her hands, worried at the very idea. Yeah, Cal agrees. If something is making the animals attack us, maybe we could help figure it out. That way we don't have to hurt the animals. Tang rolls her eyes. I want to be a spy. Mars nods. Okay, whoever wants to come, follow me and stay quiet. You, Tang, and Cal join her. You, Tang, Cal, and Mars creep down the hall towards the council room. It's still empty. Good. Mars pulls a small crystal object out of her pocket and shows it to you. It sort of resembles your holopalm. She whispers, it's a 3D camera, like the kind they use to record holovids. Yabby's going to hide it in the council room. Time to use my ninja skills! Just make sure nobody sees you, Mars says, and drops the crystal into your palm. Mars nudges you forward, and then the three of them giggle and scurry back to the club room. You're on your own. Good thing I have organized. Wait, did I just get to that? Ooh, good thing I leveled that up. Pretend to be cleaning. You grab a static mop from a panel in the wall and vigorously wipe the floor as you enter the empty council room. You work your way over to a potted antler fern and drop the crystal in the pot while pretending to dust it. Success! You casually make your way back out of the room and rejoin the others. Mars beams at you. Good work, Yabby! Now, oh, shh! It's starting! The four of you watch the feed on your holopalm as the council members enter the room. They start with some formalities, not all that different from how Mars starts your club meetings. Antecedent gives the first report on domestic matters. We've almost finished construction on the next phase of the living area, she says. Other than that, we're doing well. Instance gives her report from engineering. We've researched the electrical bugs the children discovered had been chewing through the wiring, she says impassively. Even in great numbers, they provide far too little energy to make them a viable alternative energy source. However, power efficiency is up across the board due to our efforts in exterminating them. Your mom clears her throat. The situation in geophonics is dire, she says seriously. I cannot understate how we will be in very real danger of widespread starvation if we cannot find an alternative food source among the native plants. Udicott gives your mother her full endorsement. Rhett gives a report from Defense. We're working on a strategy for dealing with the next Xeno attack. Utopia cuts in. On that note, there's still a matter of our scanners picking up that broadcast, but only in glow season, she says, standing up and putting her hands on the table. It has to be connected to the attack somehow. We should investigate now. Udicott shakes her head. It's far too dangerous to go recklessly off into the wilderness towards the back half of the year, she says. Remember what happened to Tonin? The other council members go quiet. I won't be responsible for endangering more colonists, Udicott continues. If something is out there during glow, I want to try and investigate it when things are more calm. Utopia slams her fist on the table. If we don't investigate soon, we'll all be in danger, she shouts. We can't keep living like this. Rhett also stands up and points his finger at Utopia. I'll be the one responsible for telling the family of your explorer that they didn't make it back, not you, so I'll thank you not to make decisions regarding the security of the colony. The rest of the council erupts into raised voices and angry adults. Mars turns off the stream audio, leaving them to continue arguing silently as you all stare quietly to each other. I knew it was bad about the food, but not that bad, Mars says. Why are they only arguing about what to do about the attacks? I don't want to starve! She makes a noise of frustration. Unicott is way out of touch with what really matters. She's like a crone, and everyone else is just her cronies. Tang solemnly records your findings in the club's secret ledger while everyone else exchanged worried looks. You're not so sure you're happy to have heard any of this. Definitely not, but that's all stuff we already knew. Dang, there was a lot more to the secret Funtimes club than I realized. You spot Tang sitting on a large boulder outside the lab. She's eating a pressed soy bar ration with determination, alternating bites with huge gulps of water to wash it down as quickly as possible. What are you doing out here? She stops her grim work long enough to acknowledge your question. I hit the limit on the number of consecutive hours they'll allow me to work in the lab, she says. So I'm taking a break, she says, making mocking air quotes around the sentence. How dare they? That's what I said, Tang replies. They just think they can boss me around because I'm younger. She scoffs. I'm way smarter than any two of them combined. Ugh, Tang groans and rubs her bloodshot eyes. I just want to work, you know? It's so frustrating to be deep in the zone and feeling like I'm just on the precipice of a discovery, and then someone tells me that apparently my genius is taking too long. I want them to treat me like I belong there, the way Dr. Instance does, Tang mutters. She actually respects me. They're just jealous that she likes me more. Tang slides off the boulder, and you see the color bleed from her face as she stumbles into you, nearly crumpling to the ground. Oh, she grits out, leaning over while the dizziness passes. I thought the nutritional uptake of that bar would be quicker than a real meal, especially after taking into account the time required to walk to the cafeteria. She trails off, realizing she's clutching your jacket and pushes you away. My apologies, she says, brushing herself off. I am, regrettably it seems, only human. Tang scrubs her hands over her face. Sometimes it feels like I'm a prisoner trapped in my own body, like I can feel myself trapped in it. This stinking, sweating bag of meat and bad impulses, stuck with the burden of keeping it alive every day for the rest of my life, and her voice breaks. I'm gonna say nothing. Tang takes a few seconds to compose herself, blotting her eyes daintily with her knuckles. It's just this resentment for my physical form. It reminds me of when I was little, and an Instance used the gene tech to give me this body, the right body. Only this body's wrong too, she adds quietly. It's right in a lot of ways, but it's still imperfect. It's still human. If I were an AI, everything would be more simple. I could just do my work. I could just do what I'm good at. No messy biological functions, no emotions, just clear and beautiful purpose. I hate this, Tang sniffles. I hate feeling like this. I don't think flirting with her right now is a good idea. Because she hates feeling like this, so she's probably gonna get mad, so I'm always here to listen, Tang. Tangent manages a watery smile as she wipes her eyes. Thanks, she says. I apologize for being all wet on you. It won't happen again. She wipes her eyes and straightens her jacket, then takes a deep breath and holds it for 10 seconds, her eyes closed. By the time she opens them again, she looks ready to go back to work as if nothing has happened. You admire Tangent's determination, but sometimes you think it might come at a price. Oh, it definitely does. Flower. Ooh! I suppose this might be of scientific interest, Tang says, analyzing the flower. She pulls off a petal to look at it. Yes, I'll have to take a look at this under a microscope. You're more beautiful than any flower. She grimaces. Please don't say that. She turns to walk away, then remembers herself. Thank you for the flower, she adds formally. All right. Flirting with Tang is a little awkward. I'll do tutoring the children. Oh! Tang flags you down in the hallway. Oh, Gabby, do you have a moment? You go on expeditions sometimes, right? No, I do not, she asks. At least far more than I do, or would ever wish to, so... Do you mind doing me a favor? Of course! It's a small thing, really. And I'm to understand it's not terribly dangerous either, Tang replies. I simply need you to bring me some hopeye eggs the next time you come across a nest out there. I would ask Dase, but, well... She makes an evocative, dismissive gesture. I'll keep an eye out for them. That's all I ask, Tang replies primly. They're quite common if the reports from the foragers are to be believed. They tell me that they commonly find nests in the Valley of Vertigo. It's positively lousy with them. Alright, so I can definitely look there. Probably try and run out and do that now. Oh dang, oh dang, oh dang, look at that, 46! Ooh, baby! Oh, it's Vertumnalia! And we're starving to death. I'll just do the science fair again. Tang has reworked her project from last year. You remember it. Something terribly complicated about cell differentiation in vertebrate species, plant, animal, and fungus alike. She melted down when Dr. Instance pressed her on something, but this year she's all business, back and better than ever. She has not only corrected her error, but added a ton more complexity and depth to her analysis. Instance listens intently and congratulates her on a marvelous comeback. For her project, Tammy explains the science of baking and how the humidity here affects making bread. It's bad science. She doesn't actually explain how, just that it does. But it involves free samples for the judges. Everyone is hungry, so this goes over very well. As she explains her creative substitutions given the famine, it's clear she was doing some science, just not what she said she was doing. Half marks for scientific process. You're up next. Heck yeah, good thing I have 100 reasoning. 6. Oh, let's see. 6, 3, 5. Okay, that's a little wonky, but 3. Oh, 6. Oh, okay, hang on. 9, 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's bad. Hang on. What if I just... Oh. Alright, that wasn't that good. Oh well. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. Good enough. Whoop. You've been studying the yearly attacks. They only happen during glow, but why? You've been graphing and analyzing surveyor data on the animals and discovered the attacks don't correlate with natural behavior or migration patterns. You thought at first that the wormhole might agitate them. It does put off low frequency waves during glow that haven't fully yet been studied. So a year ago you started monitoring the waves and realized that there were actually 2 waveforms, one from the wormhole and a weaker one based somewhere on the planet. Oh, I remember this! Friendship with Tangent, friendship with Tammy. Heck yeah. I remember that one. I think that was the only science fair I did last time. Alright, so Tang wants hopeye eggs. So let's see what we can do. Oh no! I can't! I need to raise my toughness. Toughness 20. Or bravery. How would I get bravery? Oh man! Whew! I explored pretty much the whole area. I've got to raise either my toughness or my bravery. It might be a little tough to get our toughness up, but I need to get to the Valley of Vertigo for Tang. So, I'll see what we can do to raise our toughness. The best bet might actually be in here. Oh, nope, but I'm too tired. Let's relax on the walls very quick. You need some time off. I'm working on it. What's up, Tang? You find Tang puzzling over a large holosqueen, making notes on her hollow-eye and frowning over them. As you approach, she gestures to wipe the holoscreen clean and starts again. Ah, she sighs, taking a break to rub her temples. Okay, Tang, come on, think. You come up beside her and she startles. Oh, Gabby, hello, she says. I'm in the middle of running simulations on genetic diversity over the next few generations. You're welcome to see it. It will affect us all, most likely. Oh, Tang pulls up the next genogram simulation, a family tree encompassing all the people in the colony, their familiar relationships and genetic conditions. She scrutinizes it with a frown. We have an unusually high amount of hereditary heart disease, no matter how you slice it, she mutters. Luck of the draw, we've lost quite a bit more genetic diversity than the original geneticists of the Vertumna project anticipated, and that's not even counting those unwilling or unable to reproduce. She crosses her arms. It's possible to steer the ship out of it, so to speak, but it will take some purposeful breeding choices for at least 5 to 6 generations. May I verify your data? Tang gives you a curt smile and angles the holoscreen towards you. It sounds crude, she admits, but the colony will need to accept a certain level of oversight in this matter if we intend to survive, genetically speaking. Artificial insemination of material from Earth donors, even in love matches, for example. You stare at the genogram until your eyes cross and shake your head. Tang laughs. It's terrifyingly complex, isn't it, she says. Imagine this process happens all the time, naturally. Why, any sweating beast can squirt a child into the dirt. It's all just proteins and luck, but the end result is this. She waves her hand over the massive chart. It's beautiful in a way. On a long enough timescale, we can predict the genetic drift of a species. In the face of that, what do family bonds matter? She laughs bitterly. It's not as if sharing genes with someone guarantees you'll be a strong family unit. Does anyone really like their parents? Sounds a little eugenicsy. Tang looks affronted. What? She sputters. Yabby, surely there's a middle ground between eugenics and everyone dying of preventable genetic diseases, especially in these first critical generations. Cool motive, still eugenics? Tang rolls her eyes. Whatever. I'm still going to run the simulations. Then when your inbred great-great-great-grandchildren interference with my consciousness that I've uploaded into the colony AI, I can tell them I was right. As for my own family, Tang continues, I feel no allegiance to them based on blood. If I had no family at all, that would be acceptable. Don't you miss your mother? You mean the depressed drunk who died when I was a kid? Tang retorts. No, not at all. If it wasn't for Chief Steward Ann, I probably still wouldn't be alive. What about Dase? Ugh, Tang says. I'm ashamed we're even related. All he does is mope around the colony all day, crying and moaning about how nobody likes him. Do you want kids someday? Tang looks thoughtfully at the genogram. Truthfully, I'm not entirely certain I can bear children. There must be limits to my gene-engineered body. I certainly didn't experience puberty to the extent that Mars and Tammy did, for example. Besides, Tang continues, children would only distract me from my work. The chief engineer never had children after all. I think that's admirable. Tang's gaze clicks over to where Chief Engineer Instance is talking to one of the other lab assistants. In some ways, I'm the child she never had, and she's the mother I wished I did have, she says quietly. Instance and I became close when we started the gender affirmation process, she continues, and it was so obvious then that we were kindred spirits. Over the years, when I could come in for checkups and observations, we'd often talk about the science behind the process. Of course I showed an interest in it, and Instance fostered that in me. She supported me. Tang looks down at the ground, unlike my own mother, who by that point had ceased to find joy in almost anything. What would I be without Instance, Tang says. The only thing I have in my life are what she gave me. Not just this body, but my passion, my hard work, my achievements. Without her, I would have nothing. I owe her everything. She sounds really important to you. Tang smiles. She is, she replies, more than anyone. Now if you excuse me, she says, turning back to the genotype before her, I have our legacy to plan. Oh, a legacy! But first I have flour for you! I flirt again. You can flirt every time. I don't know if that's gonna help me or not. I guess we'll find out. Unless I can buy something in the depot to help? Persuasion, reasoning, plus 15 to all skills. That could work. What's our bravery at? I guess it doesn't matter if we buy this. Is it worth it? Nah, fuck it, why not? I'm gonna get more money anyway. Boom! Alright, let's look at our gear. What can I get rid of? Get rid of this, add this. Oh, baby! Toughness is at 23. Bravery, 22. Alright, let's see if this works. Oh, I'm brave enough. Well, I'll be, Utopia draws. Yes! Ah, I'll have to try next year. Oh, we're starving. It's hard to tell dreams from reality. Friends stop working. I'm gonna stay in bed this time. I'll take the food. Oh, it lowered my stress a bit. But I know what's about to happen. Goodbye, Mom. RIP. We all knew this was coming. I did not do shit to help. Without my mother. Here we go. I'm staying indoors. Oh, I've never done this before. I almost forgot. Your dad can't hide the look of fear on his face, but he tries. Sounds like we better get a move on to the assembly point, hey kiddo? You head to the creche together. You huddle together with your buds. Mars, Tammy, Dase, Cal, because it's in the middle of the night, almost everyone is in their beds. Some of the people are still wearing their pajamas and sleep bonnets. Only an enemy is missing. The children's creche is buried deep in the belly of the stratospheric, making it one of the safest places you could be. Even so, the youngest children are scared, and there's a lot of crying. Maybe I could watch holovids with them? Somehow, even with that minus my empathy? Minus 15 empathy. Oh, that's not good. Good thing I have the thing. After an hour, someone in the defense squad rushes in and orders everyone to leave the crush. The battle is getting close to the stratospheric. Before you can even get to your feet, you feel the ship lurch and resettle at a different angle. Something is attacking the ship itself. Tammy tries to gather the young kids, but they've scattered in terror. You're both trying to grab Nougat when, without warning, the entire wall of the crush just peels away like a tin can, letting in a rush of cold night air tinged with the ozone of a blast rifle fire. You look up to see it, up close, face to It's the Faceless! The first one! It has no face. In place of a face or even a head, its body just unzips, revealing a mess of writhing pink tentacles and blinking eyes. Anemone and her brother Com are among the security squad, wildly trying to divert it away from the quarters. It smashes into the ship, and again it roars, calling up a terrible noise from somewhere within its seeping craw, and Tammy screams. Tammy! She's fallen on the angled floor and is sliding towards the maw of the Faceless. Tammy can die again! No! I didn't save you for nothing. You can't die right now. Oh, well, you might. I might not be able to save you. I could push through. Oh, perfect. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yay! We're not gonna die. You crawl on your hands and knees down the steep slope of the floor towards Tammy. She and Nougat are clinging to the wreckage of the wall, wide-eyed and terrified as you approach. You grab Tammy and Nougat and help them stumble to safety. The Faceless is too focused on tearing the ship apart to even notice you. Your dad ushers you into the engineering wing where you cower with the others, trying not to panic. All around you, the metal screams and buckles and great tremors vibrate through the ship. Finally, after what seems like hours, the noises stop and congruence sounds the all clear. Your dad checks the council bulletins on his holopalm. Oh no, he moans quietly. No, 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 no! The council calls an all-colony meeting to face the aftermath of the attack. In the oppressive gloom of glow, you gather near engineering with the other survivors. It's one of the few buildings still standing. The corpse of the Faceless sits still in its caved-in wreckage of the stratospheric, spilling its flaccid pink tentacles from its horrible zipper-toothed maw. It's already beginning to stink. You can't forget what you saw. Your mind keeps replaying that terrible moment, the Faceless rearing up and obscuring the sky, Anemone and her brother looking so small before it. Governor Udicott was killed by the smaller creatures that swarmed command during the attack. In her absence, Seek addresses the colony. The council acknowledges the bravery of the defense squad, citing their heroism in finally taking down the Faceless. If it hadn't gotten away from them and stampeded right into the stratospheric, at least they stopped it before it got into engineering, as it could have activated the reactor and left a crater the size of an asteroid impact. Geophonics is gone. The greenhouse is destroyed and fields trampled. After a year of suffering, starving, only barely scraping by, you're not just back where you started. It's even worse. Oh, we're here again. Quarters destroyed. Tammy tells everyone what a hero you were for saving her. Feel like you've been awake for days. Let's rest for now. Everything is starting over. We're back to the beginning. Everything has fallen apart. Hey, would you like a flower? I don't understand, she says. Why now? Why does it keep getting worse? Oh, because I'm not really doing anything to stop it, but this was going to happen either way. So this is where we're going to end it for now, but next time, we know what's going to happen. The heliosphere is going to... Heliopause? I think it's heliopause. But either way, they're going to arrive, and we'll see what happens from there. I'm going to try and get those eggs for Tangent, but after that, who knows what we're going to do. Probably just more studying. I still need to get organizing up, but we will work on... My spaghetti! Alright, yeah, but as I was saying, next time we will be back to try and repair what little of this place is left, and then we'll see everyone who we have been waiting for. Nomi, Rex, even Race, I guess. And then we'll help out Tangent some more. But until then, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. Remember to take care of yourselves, enjoy some spaghetti, and have a good day.